So what is a soul? Seriously, what is a soul? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about that today. Hi, I'm Sharon Gilbert, and I have followed the shepherd since I was a child. He led me through music and medicine and academics and all sorts of wonderful paths, but my choices weren't always good ones. However, in 1997, he turned all those life choices into a wonderful marriage to my perfect partner, and from there into full-time ministry. Following Jesus' steps means more than being obedient. It means gaining spiritual muscle. It means putting on the full armor of God. So let's take the next steps together, shall we? Suited up and ready to follow as the shepherd's armored sheep. Well, hi, I'm Sharon Gilbert. As you saw in the introduction, I want to welcome you to the Armored Sheep. And if you're brand new to this, please hit the subscribe button. That subscribes you to all of the videos that we produce on Gilbert House. But also, we would love it if you would hit the notification bell. That way, when we go live, or if we upload a video that isn't on a particular schedule, you will find out and you can participate in the live if one exists. We plan on doing them, by the way, in 2025, so new things coming. Also, if you would be kind enough to share the Armored Sheep and share the other GHTV videos with your friends and family, we'd so appreciate it. And boy, I'll tell you what, there are lots of things to talk about today. I am in the house by myself for a little bit. Derek is out right now. The dogs are with the groomer because they're going to be staying there for about a week while Derek and I are in Branson. More about that at the end of this particular episode. But back to the question with which I opened. What is a soul? Well, take up my glasses for a minute. By the way, if you've been praying for my eyes, they have good days and bad days. There are a lot of days where I look sort of like a pirate because I spend a lot of my day with my right eye, which is the worst of the two, shut, because it actually messes with my binocular vision because it is so blurry. It makes my left eye angry. So it just fixes it for a bit if I close my eye. I've gotten really good at it, actually, even with I don't do that when I'm driving. In fact, I let Derek do a lot of the driving now because my right eye, which is I use a lot when I drive, we all do, it's pretty blurry, so I try not to do that. But seeing a specialist on the 10th, December 10th, and this is someone who specializes in unblocking very stubborn meibomian glands. It's the oil gland in your lower and upper eyelids, and it helps to keep your tear film really, it adds a bit of oil to the tears that are produced, and it keeps it on your eye longer, keeps your entire eye, including your cornea, a lot more moist. When the cornea dries out or the tear film is too less oily, it's too thin, it gets swollen. And that's what's going on with my eyes. So anyway, it isn't that my vision itself, my retina, that's very healthy. I do have cataracts in both eyes. Oh, the thing about aging. Many of you out there, I think you relate to what I'm going through, but I cannot be refracted successfully for the cataract surgery until I get this meibomian thing taken care of. So pray that the doctor on the 10th, who is reputed to be highly successful at this, that he and the Lord, mainly the Lord, take care of this problem for me. So thank you for that. Yes, the soul, S-O-U-L. In Greek, it's psyche, but in Hebrew, which is what we see in Genesis 2, verse 7, first time we see the word soul in the Bible, it's nephesh. Nephesh. It means soul. It also means appetite, interestingly enough, which may have something to do with the things we want, perhaps to do with free will, that Adam was given a soul, he was given free will. But I think that it really gets down to our unique identity, our spiritual thumbprint, so to speak. He made us, as Mike Heiser, the late Mike Heiser, always used to say, we are God's imagers. We are his representatives on earth. That's why he tells us to take dominion. We are his regents. We are to hold the throne in his name. Well, that's what Adam was created to do. He was given a unique identity, and when Eve was born from Adam, she was given a unique identity. The idea of breathing into us, breathing in the breath of life. Another meaning of nephesh is that which has life, the blood of life within it. For the blood is the life. The Lord tells us that. It's why there is a prohibition against killing a human being, because there is a special type of life in human beings. Even an animal that kills a human being is to be punished, is to be killed. A human being who takes the life of another human being intentionally, that is murder. There are times when it's an accident, that's different. The Lord, He provides for that in the Old Testament, the cities of refuge. But the idea of nephesh, a soul. The reason I even came to this today, because I was thinking the last few days, what do I want to talk about? Because I did take last week off for Thanksgiving. And I decided yesterday, as Derek and I were being interviewed for a radio program, that the question was asked of us by Mark, the radio interviewer, if a wonderful guy here in Missouri, asked if an AI provided a substrate provided a portal, an opening for the fallen realm, for a demon or for a fallen angel, for deceit to enter in. I think so. And I told him about Ray Kurzweil, that this gentleman, brilliant man, wants to recreate his dad in silica in a computer program by uploading everything he knows about him. And he believes that this is going to recreate his dad, essentially creating a silicon soul. That's not how this works. Only the breath of life from the Creator of all things can impart a soul. Mankind cannot do that. Ray Kurzweil somehow, I think, believes he's so smart that he somehow can. He has a disappointment coming. For instance, because the enemy is the prince of the power of the air. He is a storm deity. He can, I believe, inhabit electrical impulses, hence the idea of inhabiting a computer. He can also, demons, can somehow act upon perhaps the electrical impulses within a person's mind if the person gives permission. I am a big believer in free will, and that's another aspect. As I said, nephesh also means appetite, which implies wanting something and taking something, free will. Our souls are unique to us. It's an identifier. It is my soul imparted to me from the Lord. And because of that, we have the unique position of being His imagers. His imagers, not His imitators, His imagers. We are His representatives here on earth. It's like we've got power of attorney to sign for the Lord as His king or queen, prince or princess on the throne. That's what Adam should have done. But he gave it away in the garden when he chose to disobey. And that is, I think, a lot of what's going on. This war for the throne in Jerusalem. We see it now. Jerusalem is definitely at the heart of almost every disagreement here on earth right now. As we approach the Christmas season, and yes, Derek and I do believe that there was a time when the Lord was incarnated And it may have been in December. It may have been in September. We personally think it was probably September. But we choose to celebrate and wish people a Merry Christmas in December because that is when the world celebrates it. That is when the world says it. And when you say Christmas, it's the birth of Christ. It is his feast. It is the time when you can talk about Jesus becoming a human being. But remind everybody, remind your kids. It's also a great time to talk to kids about salvation. Tell them about Jesus. Tell them about Adam. Tell them about Nefesh, about the soul. But remind them that Easter's coming. That's the best part of it all to me. Easter's coming. And if you get a real tree, if you're one of those people, fewer and fewer of us do, take that real tree at the end of the season, take the branches off, and use the wood to form a cross. And use that, keep that till Easter. We have good friends who do that, and it always means a lot to me. So show how Easter depends upon Christmas. And Christmas happened because Easter was coming. Stay tuned. I'm going to tell you about a couple of places where Derek and I are going to be this weekend. Stay tuned.
For December, we're offering every DVD in our online store for just $10. That's right, $10 for any DVD in our store. That includes collections of our teachings like This is War and Unmasking the Ancient Gods, The Four Horsemen, where we identify the fallen angels who ride in Revelation chapter 6, our travelogumentaries of our trips to Israel, Wars of the Gods Volume 1, Search for the Titans, and Wars of the Gods Volume 2, Search for the Rephaim, What Lies Beneath, a jaw-dropping discussion with Dr. Aaron Judkins about the influence of the fallen watchers on Göbekli Tepe, the Best of Sci Friday Volumes 1 and 2, and the 13-part video teaching series based on the book The Second Coming of Saturn. We'll even include The Unseen Adversary, an MP3 CD with 7 hours of audio interviews with Bible scholar Dr. Michael S. Heiser. Every DVD in our store, just $10 plus shipping and handling during December, only at gilberthouse.org/store.
We also want to tell you where we're going to be this weekend. Derek and I are going to be in Branson, Missouri at the Chateau on the Lake. It's a beautiful hotel that really goes all out for Christmas. And Prophecy Watchers is hosting a conference there. Starts on Friday, runs through Sunday, I think around noon. So go to prophecywatchers.com for the specific information. You might still be able to register to be there in person, but the hotel rooms are gone at the Chateau. Lots of hotels in Branson. But if you cannot make it to Branson, plan on streaming it. Go to prophecywatchers.com, and you can find there all the information for streaming the entire event. 26 speakers, I think. So lots and lots of people, including Donna Howell, and of course my wonderful husband, Derek Gilbert. Also, we want to remind you that the Defender Conference is still going on. It's the virtual conference, defenderconference.com. We'll give you all of the information. And I'll tell you what, there are some amazing speakers on there, including Kenny C. and, of course, Derek Gilbert. I was going to speak, but because of my eyes, it's really difficult for me to write right now. So even writing a speech was a little more than I could put together. Way too blurry, way too many typos. But Joe Horn he's got a presentation that you need to see. And his presentation is all about why those of you who don't want to support Israel, maybe you need to rethink it. It is a don't miss conference, defenderconference.com. And clearly I need coffee, so I'd better go. Thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us in the flock. Love you so much. I'll be back next week. Bye-bye, everybody.